Maybe we can open the forum for question answers now. Hare Krishna. Next 10-15 minutes we can have some question answers. Okay, so I already see one question here. Anurag Verma. So Anurag Verma. So by the way, you all are able to hear me? Somebody, I mean, I don't know if I don't hear anything from anyone.
Yes, you are audible.
Sir.
I'm audible, right? Yeah, okay, good. So Anurag Verma has already posted his question on chat. Let me take that question first. So, sir, if I go back home, back to Godhead, then it might be possible. Then a thought may come that I want to enjoy like Krishna, because before coming to this material world, we were pure. And after going back home, back to Godhead, we will be pure. So what is the guarantee that the thought will again not come in the spiritual world that I want to enjoy like Krishna? Very good question, Anurag. You know, I appreciate you for this question. And this is a natural question which each one of us get. You know, all those of us who are really serious about going back to Godhead, you know, we wonder, अरे वो उधर गए वापस ऐसा हो गया तो ये तो मजाक हो गया, you know. But then we have to understand, Krishna actually gives a guarantee. Krishna says, न तद भाषते सूर्यो न शशांको न पावकः यद गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद धाम परमम मम. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, यद गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते, वहां जाने के बाद आप वापस नहीं आओगे. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So the answer to your question is, just like when a child, he is ignorant of a fire and he puts his finger in the fire, he gets burnt. Now tomorrow dubara he will never do it, he will not do it again. Similarly, after having tasted this miserable world, after having tasted the consequences of our rebellion towards Krishna, you know, that, oh, we cannot enjoy like Krishna, we should enjoy with Krishna, we will not dare to do this mistake again. Point number one. But point number two, since free will always be there, since that independence will always be there, yet this desire may come. Please note, first of all, the probability will be very, very less because we have already tasted the consequence. Secondly, whatever less probability is there, because some probability is still there because we will have independence, and independence means it can be misused. Whatever probability is there, that time Krishna will protect us. Krishna has said that yad gatva na nivartante tad dham paramam mama. Krishna will protect us. Okay, so Yash Tripathi is asking, what is Karma Kanda mentioned in Bhagavad Gita? So Karma Kanda, Yash, is, you know, that section of the Vedas which says that, you know, आप ऐसे इस देवी देवता का पूजा करिए, आपको ये benefit मिलेगा. So Vedas have several sections. One section is called as Karma Kanda, one section is called as Jnana Kanda, one section is called as Upasana Kanda. So Karma Kanda section of Vedas means that it prescribes you a lot of practices and regulations and rules and fasts and vows and tapasyas and charities and whatnot, that okay, you know, for this demigod, if you do this like this, then you will get this. Just like, for example, sometimes people in India, they do Satyanarayan Bhagavan ka puja, but Satyanarayan Bhagavan ka puja they do, some people do it out of innocence, you know, and genuinely just to worship Krishna, but some people do to get good wealth, to get good business, to get good you know, wife, to get good husband, to get good child, things like that. So all that comes under the category of Karma Kanda. You know, Karma Kanda means to worship with a desire to get something. That's what is Karma Kanda. Anybody else would like to ask any other question? You can unmute yourself and then ask.
Hare Krishna, sir.
Yes, Mayan.
Sir, I want to ask, sir, what we will do if we go to that world, spiritual world, sir?
Oh,
There what?
I'll give you an example. So अभी सोचो आपका 2 महीना से एग्जाम चल रहा है. Let's say, you know, you are busy with some exams since 2 months. Very busy. मतलब एकदम खून पसीना एक हो गया, मतलब दिमाग का दही हो गया, मतलब समझ रहे हैं आप? You know, अब आपसे ज्यादा कौन समझेगा? अच्छा, correct? So imagine like that. And then, you know, you are looking forward to the day when your exams will get over and there will be holiday. What do you want to do in holiday? You want to go in picnic, you want to go here and there, you want to go out with your family members, you want to just enjoy, right? But there is a problem with that enjoyment, that you can do only for 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, 1 month, 2 months, not more than that. You will have to come back, right? But in spiritual world, there will be unlimited, uninterrupted enjoyment, but with Krishna. So in Krishna, when you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you see what they do. They just have picnic every day. They just enjoy every day. They just roam around. They have nice picnic, you know, and everybody is worried about giving more and more pleasure to Krishna. And when they do that, they also get more and more pleasure. But the beauty is that will be uninterrupted. That will never cut off. That will never cut off.
Sir, only in enjoying what type of, sir, काम करना भी तो जरूरी होता है. काम में भी अपना आनंद होता है. एंजॉय करने का काम करना मतलब कुछ करना.
बस एंजॉयमेंट के लिए जो काम है वो वहां पे होता है ना. जो काम एंजॉयमेंट के लिए करते हैं या जितना हद तक एंजॉयमेंट मिले उस हद तक वहां पे काम होता है। पर यहाँ पे हम इंजॉयमेंट के लिए काम करने की कोशिश करते हैं, पर उसमें सफरिंग ज्यादा हो जाता है। You see, that's why
Okay,
here people, if you see what they do is, after they earn good money for some time, then they they retire from that and they do what they really wanted to do in life, like that, right? But here we are forced to do certain things because of the struggle for material existence. There we are not forced to do anything, right? You know this Tom Sawyer's famous story about difference between work and play. What is the difference between work and play? Right? The difference between work and play is when you are forced to do something, it becomes work, right? And when you are doing something out of your own free will, then it is play, right? Tom Sawyer's famous story, difference between work and play, right? So in spiritual world, in fact, it is said that this material world is like a perverted reflection of spiritual world. Whatever you see here is existing here because it is there in spiritual world. But in spiritual world, it exists in its pure form, in its true form. Here it is existing in a reflected form, perverted form, just like a tree on the bank of a river. The tree on the bank of a river, in the river you will see a reflection of the tree. So this material world is like a reflection of the spiritual world. Whatever you are seeing here is actually a reflection of the spiritual world. So whatever good things we are trying to run after in this world, those good things are present in its complete and true and purest form in the spiritual world. But here those things are there only to like carrot. You think you will get it, but you don't get it. You think you will get it, but you don't get it. And here the predominant thing is suffering here. Sukhalayam ashashvatam. Does that clarify, man?
yes, sir.
Yeah. Sir, if material world is so bad, then why Krishna created it? If it was not created, then we would not have chosen it. Oh, so we did not choose it. So Krishna had to create it for us. So we said, no, we want to go to a place where we can enjoy like me. Krishna said, you can't enjoy like me. We said, no, we want. So Krishna said, you can only enjoy me when you forget me. You can only enjoy like me when you forget me. We said, yes, please make me forget you. Okay, so here is the world. You forget me, be there. Like that. So but Krishna is so kind. Look at it this way. Krishna has created this world wherein he has given. Did you ever imagine that Krishna has made a blanket around this earth? This blanket of ozone layer around this earth to protect us from harmful UV rays. Like yesterday, I was teaching geography to my son, right? And in this encyclopedia, they say that our atmosphere, Earth's atmosphere, is like a blanket, right? And both I and my son, somebody can go on mute, please. So both I and my son, we discussed that. See, scientists are writing that atmosphere is like a blanket, but they are not thinking that just like when a child is sleeping at night and a mother comes and covers the child with a blanket, who is the mother, who is the father who has covered this earth with this blanket, right? So Krishna is so kind that on one hand he has fulfilled our desire, our rebellious desire. On the other hand, he himself has come with us and he has made all necessary arrangements and facilities so that our life does not become very, very miserable in this world. He has given whatever bare minimum is needed, for us to survive in this world and to fulfill our desires. And yet he has also given his love letter that agar kabhi tumhara man ho jaye, agar tumhara pura ho jaye, so please remember that you are suffering in this world actually, and you can come back to me and we can be happy always, like that. Okay,
Hare
Tanmay?
Krishna, sir.
Yes, Subrat. Krishna. How are you?
Sir, I'm fine.
Yes.
सर जो बात करते हैं सर इस एज प्यूबर्टी के टाइम पे लव हमारे माइंड में आता है कि अरे ये तो अपोजिट सेक्स के बीच में जो लव होता है एग्जैक्टली दिस इज व्हाट लव। और फिर सर जब से टाइम होता है सर हमारी फैमिली भी हमको मतलब दिखाते कि हाँ अभी आप पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, उसके बाद आपकी शादी, देन यू हैव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज ऑफ योर वाइफ, आप फिर आपके बच्चे होंगे सर। दैट what is that, sir? That is also kind of love, or it is just a responsibility or duty?
So many a times when there is a boy and a girl, who have kind of fallen in love with each other, if you ask them, they will say, our love is very pure, sir. Our love is very pure. Actually, this pure love actually does not exist in this world, unfortunately. The purest it can get is the love between mother and son, which we have already acknowledged in this session, that actually to some extent it is said that actually really, really pure love does not exist in this world. Because I'll tell you why. Even mother's love for son is not very pure. Mother's love for son is also not very pure. Because why my son? Why not her son? The center is me. The center is me. Therefore, it is not pure. The center is me, right? Therefore, I am loving only my son. I am not loving my neighbor's son as much as I am loving my son, right? But keeping that aside, mother's love for son comes close to very, very pure love. Now, coming back to boy and girl love. So in this age, right, from 15 to 25, right, every boy gets attracted to a girl and every girl gets attracted to a boy, and 90% of the times that attraction is bodily attraction. 90% of the times, because that is how nature has made it. That's how nature has made it. So though people may think it is this love, that love and all that, the bottom line is actually it remains to be bodily attractions and infatuations. And that's why many times elders say that देखो ये सब सबको होता है, लेकिन अभी थोड़ा अपना काम धंधा कर लो, ड्यूटी कर लो, जब सही समय आएगा तब ये सब करना, because it's nothing more than infatuation. And then we fight with our elders saying that no, our love is actually very pure. Okay, good, then it should pass the test of time. आप दोनों बात मत करिए, दोनों 1 साल 2 साल 3 साल बात मत करिए, उसके बाद भी वैसे ही लव रहेगा तो मतलब बहुत अच्छा लव आपका, you know. Yet it will not pass the test of pure love, you know. But whatever it is, right? That's point number 1. And point number 2, when it comes to, you know, then you are asking what are all these various other. By the way, that's why in between boy and girl it said that love is blind and marriage is an eye opener, you know. But anyway, so then what are all these various things? Okay, these are our, you know, some love Krishna has created in this world. Otherwise, without love, we will not be able to discharge our duties and responsibilities. Imagine, I am a father, I have 2 children, right? Now, if you know, children of every species, चाहे आदमी का बच्चा ले लो, चाहे हाथी का बच्चा ले लो, चाहे सुअर का बच्चा ले लो, चाहे किसी का भी बच्चा ले लो, उसका बच्चा क्यूट होता है. You have seen this? Children of every species is very cute. Why they are cute? Is because the elders, they get attracted by them, the elders get attached to them, and therefore it becomes easy for the elders to take the burden of the child, right? They take the burden of love. So Krishna has created some element of love, some element of attraction in this world, so that the way of this, the world can move on, the things can go on. Otherwise, if there is no love, if mother does not have love for child, mother will not take care of the child, right? If father does not have love for the family, if the husband does not have love for the family, husband will not feel like carrying the burden of love, because of which he is going morning and night, you know, morning whole day, morning to night, he is working hard. For whom? For the sake of providing some money to the family. And especially if there are housewives, what is a housewife doing? You know, in today's world, a housewife, you know, morning to night, at least earlier a housewife used to work more than anybody else. But in today's world, you know, a housewife is only enjoying from morning to night because you have all one. एक कपड़ा धोने की एक मेड है, आयरन करने की एक मेड है, खाना बनाने की एक मेड है, तो हाउसवाइफ कर क्या रही? हाँ? तो मतलब you see now that man, he is working hard from morning to night, you know, for whom? Just to give pleasure to this particular lady, right? So therefore this concept of love has been created so that people can keep doing their duties nicely, right? But that is not the love which will actually satisfy us, and we should do those duties as duties with Krishna in the center. That will really satisfy us from within. Otherwise, people will only become frustrated. People will only become frustrated. Does that answer your question, Suraj?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anybody else? Okay. Aman has asked this question. Hare Krishna, sir. How to deal with people whom we can't bear around us because of their bad habits and behavior? Okay. So it could be our problem also that we are not able to deal with them. So first of all, in life, we should remember one formula. Before identifying any mistake there, we should identify a mistake here, ourselves, inside us, right? Like there is a story that there was a needle and there was a sieve. Sieve आप समझते हैं छलनी आटा का छलनी, sieve, right? So there was a sieve and there was a needle, and sieve was laughing at needle, saying that ए तेरे पीछे एक छेद है. So this is a very funny thing because sieve के अंदर already इतने सारे छेद है और वो sieve needle के ऊपर हंस रही है कि तेरे ऊपर एक छेद है, right? So first thing we should always remember in our life that just like I am bothered about somebody's bad behavior, who knows, somebody else also may be getting bothered by my bad behavior. Point number 1. Point number 2, फिर भी ऐसा हो सकता है कि किसी का bad behavior हो, bad habits हो, जिसकी वजह से हमको थोड़ी परेशानी हो. So what we should do is we should see who is that person. Is he under our circle of influence or is he under circle of concern? मतलब हम उसको चेंज कर सकते हैं क्या? अगर हम उसको चेंज कर सकते हैं, मतलब हमारा जूनियर है, हमारे अंडर में है, तो हमको उसको चेंज करना चाहिए. अगर हम उसको चेंज नहीं कर सकते तो हमको टॉलरेट करना चाहिए. We have to develop our tolerance power, and we should try to maintain a safe distance, a healthy distance, and we should try to tolerate that if we can't change that. So therefore, once I came across a very nice prayer. The prayer was, oh Lord, give me the courage to change the things which I can, please note, this is a very, very nice prayer which you all should remember. Oh Lord, give me the courage to change the things which I can. Give me the courage to tolerate the things I can't change. And give me the intelligence to discriminate between the two. Huh? Understood? So give me the courage to change the things which I can change. Give me the courage to tolerate the things which I can't change. And give me the intelligence to discriminate between the two. What I can change and what I can't change. Okay, Aman?
Hello, sir.
Yes. Who's there?
Sir,
हाँ, कौन है?
sir, me Suraj, sir.
इस आवाज के पीछे नाम क्या है?
Hello.
Women. हाँ, सूरज. हाँ, बोलिए.
Yes, sir. सर अभी की सर जो कंडीशन है सर हमारे सोसाइटी की या हमारे सोसाइटी की, हम देखते हैं कि सर चीजें काफी ज्यादा गलत ट्रैक पे जा रही है सर. मतलब वॉट एवर द सोसाइटी इज लाइक ऑल देयर मर्डर एंड वॉट एवर सर, वन साइड इज लव द सोसाइटी, द पीपल ऑफ हिज सर. एट द सेम टाइम इट्स any rape cases there, and there is no any justice for that. It took 7 years, 8 years to fight with the case, and then justice will come. Sir, then how can you tell me that Krishna loves each and everybody? The that girl or whoever is there, sir, nobody has a judge anybody else solely for his own pleasure. And sir, where is that love of Krishna for her, sir, for that girl or anybody? Because this life is so precious, sir. So if I have not given someone, I have no right to take away from the person, sir. But the murder cases and
I understood your question, Suraj. Yeah, I understood your question. I understood your question. You can go on mute now. You can go on mute now. I understood your question, Suraj. Your voice is breaking. I understood your question. You can go on mute now. Yeah. So Suraj's question is that when we see sometimes some bad things happening in this world, some injustice happening to somebody, how do we then, does it mean that Krishna hates such a person? How do we see such injustice? Answer number one. In this world, there are people who do a lot of nonsense things. For example, right now I can take a revolver and kill somebody, right? If I take a revolver and kill somebody, does it mean that Krishna does not love that person? No. First of all, everybody has a free will, and because of that free will, some people misuse, some people correctly use that free will, and some people wrongly use or misuse that free will. Those who misuse the free will, they will get punishment. At the same time, because of their misuse of free will, something wrong has happened with somebody. Now that something wrong has also not happened because of chance. That has happened because of some law of karma in the past, right? However, that should not make us insensitive to such acts of injustice, right? Just because, so let's say there is a person A and there is a person B, right? A kills B, right? Let's analyze this. A kills B. Now, did Krishna want A to kill B? No, because it is A's misuse of free will that he is killing B. Shastras don't tell that we should, just like you rightly said, if we can't give life, we can't take life, right? So A killing B is not sanctioned by Shastras. A killing B is not sanctioned by Krishna. It is not to please Krishna, A killing B, right? However, still A did that. Why A could do that? Because Krishna will not, bind our hands and legs. Krishna has given freedom, but Krishna has given the Shastras also to tell what is right, what is wrong. Now, some people will do right, some people will do wrong. So A killed B. Now, what about B? Now, B has done some such karma in the past because of which B deserved to be killed. B would have killed C in some previous life. Because B had killed C, B ka ek punishment pending tha. What was that B's punishment? That B was supposed to be killed. So B now got killed by A. So A wanted to misuse his free will and B was supposed to be killed. Krishna brought A and B together and A killed B, right? Now, does it mean that we should now not sympathize with B because A has killed B? No, that's not what is the meaning behind law of karma. Law of karma is not supposed to be implied on others. Law of karma is to be implied on ourselves. Before we do an action, we should think of law of karma and we should refrain from doing bad action. However, if bad action has happened against somebody, if somebody has become a victim of injustice, we should extend all support to that somebody and we should pray to Krishna. And certainly Krishna has said that this world is dukhalayam ashashvatam. Dukh will come to people in different ways and shapes and forms. And therefore, we should try to spread Krishna consciousness in this world whole and more, so that people become more and more happy and peaceful. And if the leaders of the country, if the prime ministers of all countries, if the judges of all countries, and if all people in general become Krishna conscious, then all these problems will go. And that is what used to be Ram Rajya, or that is what used to be, kingdom of good rulers in past times, like Shivaji Maharaj ke samay mein bhi, so that is the duty of a king. Jahan bhi koi injustice ho, jahan bhi kuch galat ho, wo usko punishment de, right? That's why king was supposed to be called as representative of Lord, right? King was Pratinidhi of God, representative of God. And that's how it used to be. But in today's times, because people have deviated from Guru Sadhu Shastra, they don't understand what are the principles of life, and therefore things are degrading more and more. So I request you all to come forward and become prime ministers of the country. Become Krishna conscious, become devotees of Lord, and become prime ministers of the country, become judges, become this and become that, and change the situation. Right? And it begins first of all by changing yourself, by changing each one, by changing yourself, by becoming a devotee of the Lord first. First thing we should do is we should stop becoming a part of the problem. We should be the part of the solution, first thing. And then you should try to bring a change as much as you can around you. Okay, Suraj? Yes. Anybody else? Any other
Yes,
question?
sir.
One last question we will take, and then we will end. Okay, looks like no question is there. Fine. Then Prateek, you want to say something? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Prateek, go ahead.
I want to ask that generally we see that the Leelas of God is actually so much superficial or very hard for us to understand logically. So should we develop faith like by rendering services, chanting, and other seva?
Yeah. Good question, Prateek.
Yeah. Or logically.
Good question, Prateek. So there are two things. I mean, I think we discussed in one of the previous sessions as well. There is Leela and there is Tattva. Right? Leela means Bhagwan ki activities. Now, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha tattva deham punarjanma neti mameti so Arjuna. Krishna says, Janma karma chame divyam. First of all, Krishna's activities are not like activities of people like you and me. They are divine. They are not mundane. They are divine. Krishna's activities are divine. Lords and Lords incarnations activities are divine. So these leelas, some leelas can fit in our brain. Some leelas may not fit in our brain. Right? So those leelas which do not fit in our brain, we should not break our head thinking that, it is not fitting in my brain, therefore it must be wrong. No, that will be a wrong conclusion. That will be an unscientific conclusion. Just because something does not fit in our brain does not mean it does not exist or it is wrong. Right? Because our logic also has a limitation, our brain has a limitation. We cannot think about beyond the time and space. There are so many other things. So we should be intellectually convinced that there could be some Leela, or there could be some aspects of some Leela which is not fitting in my brain, and fine, I will park it. I will keep it aside for some time. If I'm having faith in it, well and good. If I'm not having faith in it, well and good. However, there are many other Leelas which actually fit very much in our brain. We can focus on those Leelas. And secondly, more important than Leela, for us it is important to first focus on Tattva. What is what? Right? What is this world? Who is God? What is this whole creation? Why plants are growing? Why seasons are changing? Why people are behaving in different ways? Why good things are happening to bad people and bad things are happening to good people? Why I have to die? What is this whole concept of birth and death? And so on and so forth. All this is Tattva. And we should understand Tattva very, very logically, very, very scientifically, very, very intellectually. And based on that Tattva, we should take first step, second step, third step gradually and do sadhana bhakti. And by the practice of our sadhana bhakti, the more we qualify, the more we go from class 1 to class 2, class 2 to class 3, we can understand more and more things about Tattva also and about Leela also. Right? Just like I can't teach integration to a class 3 student. Right? He will need to come to 10th, 11th or 12th to understand integration. Right? Similarly, we all need to practice sadhana bhakti, and we all need to qualify ourselves to be able to understand certain aspects of certain leelas and certain tattvas. Right? However, there is enough logic, enough tattva and enough logic for us to convince us to take one or two steps, so that at least the process starts like that. And then when we go to class 2, Then again, same logic, same tattva, we'll take one more step, we'll go to class 3. Then again, at a higher level logic tattva, we'll go to class 4. Like that it goes on. Okay, Pratik?